So we were looking at this extract before text, after text, or even like delimiter based on this as well. So whatever the output that we are getting, we were able to look at on the particular column that is related to a numeric value as such. Okay. And also the first character, last character, we have already looked into this one as such. Okay. Then we have something called minimum maximum value. Also, we will get the count directly. If we see the table count, it says like we have 3,000 records in here based on the column that we were looking in. Again, count distinct values also, it will give see same value again, 3,200 it's giving as such. Okay. And then we have something even called standard. In this standard, we can just add certain values to the given number or multiply the values based on a specific number as such. We can do that. So let's say if we want to add two value for all numbers, let's say. So if you see 1292 plus 2, what will it give? 1294, you see. So there may be any number of reasons why you may need this kind of adding numbers or multiplying certain numbers. Again, depending on the necessity or the reason why you are working on that and all, you will be getting these ones as such. Okay. Then we even have something for the scientific as well, wherein power root, square root, these things we can use. Okay. Again, mostly I haven't used in my experience as such because I hardly have used the scientific or trigonometry rounding off or information. I did not get any this kind of things as such. Okay. Then we have something called date time duration. If we see, so if we want the reason, these are very helpful as such. Okay. Basically, based on the date, we can either put get the age. So if you see, return the duration between the current local time and the values in the selected column. So it will give you the difference as such. So probably here it may not give the difference in here because it is a huge difference based on my current time. These are like dated way back like 2014, something like that, 16 data. So that is where you are getting 2000 hours and all. So that will not be relevant as such. Okay. Again, if at all there is a date and time, we can just convert that to a date. Or if it is just a year, right, we can get the year only. You see, it is 2016, 17 and all. So no need of we creating a date table, which I have shown you some time back, wherein we created a date table, right? Something in here. That is also not necessary as such. Okay. How we can do? So again, we can create year out of this. We can create a month out of this, year name, month name. We can get these names also. See, name of month. See, we can get November, September, April. So there may be a scenario where we have to like show the sales based on month name also. In that case, what we'll do, we'll just use this month name of the column and we'll get the sale, something like that. Again, we have even something called quarter also, called quarter as well, week as well. So if suppose like week number, okay, week of year we will take. Okay, in a year we will have 52 weeks. So basically, it will give the numbers based on the week that you have selected. So this is something 46th week. So it will come around November something. Okay, if it is 38, it will come on around October, something like that. You see, now September, sorry, September, this is November. So based on that, again, there may be a certain report where we have to show based on the weeks of the year number as such. So in that case, again, it will just show you what are the different values that are there based on your selection as such and all. Again, after that, it will give you the output as such. So it may be like you may use even the day as such. Okay, which day it is, 12th day, 13th day, 14th day. So based on your selection, you may be given. So you might have to show the difference in the days. Okay, difference in the months as such. Okay, again, today I had a call where they were asking about the sales for the last 6 days, 5 days, last 30 days. How would you calculate? Like these, there were questions as such. So in that case, what we will do is we can just use one of these dates. Okay, in front end we can write a calculation based on last 30 days sales, last 15 days sales, something like this. Okay. Again, there may be multiple reasons why we create the date table also. Okay. One of such reason is like we had ship date. Okay. And we had order date also. Okay. So in this scenario, when to use the ship date, when to use the order date, it all depends on whatever the report that we are trying to create as. Okay. So in that case, what happens? So we'll try to create a particular date table. We'll try to link this table to the date table, and then we'll try to create the sales based out of that. Okay. Again, as I was referring, so there may be n number of reasons wherein we will be having to look at multiple tables, okay, multiple dates within the same table. Okay. So one customer, they may ask, what is my sales based on ship date? Okay. One customer may ask, what is the sales based on my order date also? In that case, what we will do, we'll try to create a relationship between this date table to this table. There will be one active relationship and one inactive relationship. I don't want to confuse you, but I'm just trying to give you the reasons why we create the date table, why we use the date within the same table also at times. Okay, there may be multiple reasons as such. Okay, this is one of the reason. I will tell you what is this active relationship or inactive relationship. That is again very important. We will try to discuss when we are looking at the model view within Power BI. Okay, within model view, the Power BI, the model view, that is also very important. So based on that, we'll be able to look at this as such. Okay. Again, so after this, we will even have something called time, but now it did not get highlighted. Okay, what I will do, let's add this change type to date time zone. Okay, now you see this got highlighted. Why? Because the column that we have selected include the time also. And you see from this again, we can extract hours, okay, minutes, seconds as well. Okay, so there we got another question, like it was referring to the peak hours. Okay, when they say peak hours, it's just the sales that we are looking at during those peak hours as such. So what does that mean is they want to understand the trend. So what are the peak hours for the last 30 days? Okay, what was the peak hours where we had more sales in that particular hour for the last 50 days or 1 month, something like that. So depending on the requirement, we will be able to get or understand the peak hours concept. And based on that, we will be able to build or give the answer to the end users in order to look at that peak hours as such. So that is the peak hour concept. That is one of the question that we had actually during the interview which was done today as such. Okay. So again, it all depends on what the question you may get, what it's all related to the project that you may be working with as such. Okay. Again, so based on that interview question, probably you may get the right answer, something like that. Okay, that will help you in those times. So in that case, what you will do here, you will just pull the hours. So when I say hours, what was the hour that this sale was made? Okay. Or otherwise, in what minutes, okay, the sale was made. So just you will get the minutes or hours out of this. Okay. Again, the start of hour also we have. Start of hour is nothing but is it started 5th hour of the day, 4th hour of the day, something like that. Okay. Then we have something called in the add column option. Okay. 1 second. Okay. In something in this add column option, now that is done. So that is like related to the transform tab where we were extracting the hours, dates, splitting the columns, multiple columns we were working on, and we were getting the answers based on that as such. Okay. Then we have even something related to the add column. Okay, this add column is very important again. So suppose add column from example, we are trying to add a conditional column, let's say. Okay, but based on multiple columns or one single column also it may happen. So in that case, what we will do, we'll try to select one column. Okay, again, we are trying to add column from all columns or from selections. We have both the options here. Okay, suppose we are saying add column from selection. Okay, So now we have seen this scenario again. This is something repetitive. Okay. But how this column addition is useful, we will just see that. Okay. So again, I want to bring the CA out of this. Okay. I'll just type CA. Okay. And you see, I just typed in one single row, but it has extracted the other rows values also. You see here, the US, it is already given as such. Okay. But if you understand the M code behind this, it is using a function which is called text.d before delimiter. If you remember, we have worked in somewhere extract text before delimiter in here. Similar uh, M function is already being added in here without you making any changes as such. Now I'll just say okay, and you can see the new column got added automatically in here. But what you have done, you have just selected one particular column, and out of that, you were just telling to add a specific column as such before the delimiter. That's how this column got added, and you are able to see the values based on that. And as I was referring earlier, so whenever you are making any changes to the query, try to understand the M code that is being generated. By that, you will be able to get the values as such. Okay, before delimiter, what you can do here it is, you can even write after delimiter also. Okay, now you see the values, how it will change. It's not giving the output as such. Okay, let me do one thing. We will see, we can even see whether we are writing it correctly or not. Okay, so I will select this option again, go to add columns from selection. So this time, what will I write? You please observe 2016-163384. Okay, now you see it got added, and after delimiter is the option that you are already getting in here. I'll just click OK. And you see after delimiter, it's giving the option after delimiter, but it is not giving the exact what we needed in here. But here it already gave the values that we want. Actually, we wanted after the values after the first delimiter, that is where 2016-163. These all values I have got in here as such. Okay, so basically here when we are looking at the values, if it is not just we are just changing after delimiter in here, probably we might change something else also. So I'll just type it in as before only in here. And anyhow, I got the same value itself here as well. Okay, and I'll just see the text in here also. 2016-13. Okay, each delimiter order hyphen type text. We haven't made any mistake as far as I understand, but not sure why it is not giving the exact thing as such. Okay, for that, we will be able to use this. Suppose there may be another reason where I'll just show you the selection from all columns. Okay, let's say I want to utilize only 2 columns or 3 columns out of this. Okay, where we'll create some kind of column that will be helpful for our analysis as such. Okay, in that case, I will just add the region first, west region, and after that, I will just add ampersand here. Okay, and after that, I will just say first class. So it's not giving the values for me. Probably, is there any first class for that after the ampersand or not? We have to look at that also. West region. Okay, after that, if I want to add something else, we can look at that. Ampersand. First class. Okay, again, we have to write again one more. If that is something asked, actually, we can look at the values and we can type as well. So that ampersand will be added automatically also. See, now we are getting the values based on more than one column, and we are adding the ampersand as well. And that ampersand is also showing for us. And that ampersand is showing something before and after also. So probably whatever the values that we have entered in here is showing you the based on multiple columns. and you can see it automatically generated the M code. So text combine, again text to the lowercase, because the West I have entered the first value in a lowercase as such. So that's where it's entered the first value in lowercase. Then it had used the ampersand in here. Then ship mode got added in here. Probably the values may not be correct, but we can go back in here and we can correct it again. So first class again. So it is getting added multiple values in between, which may not be correct. But as and when you start typing for multiple values, right, then it will get corrected automatically as such. Okay, even that will happen. So it's something that you have to concentrate and look for the values that you are writing in here. And based on that, the correction will be done automatically. And for that reason, this add column from example or add column from all columns or selection, both are very important as such. So this we can say as we have added the region and the ship mode. Okay, we can just say that. Okay, it's again what will be the reason that you have added this particular column, so that will be helpful for you guys as such. Okay, then we have something called custom column as well. Okay, in custom column, again we will be able to write a particular column based on certain conditions. Okay, so suppose we have sales in here. So I'll just show you one example. Okay, we have sales greater than, okay, 200. I'll just say, now you see, wherever the sales is greater than 200, it will show you the true values, and for the rest, it's showing you the false values. Okay, this is based on condition that we are writing. So here also we can rename this sales greater than 200. I'm just giving you the calculation name also. What we can do by this, we can just try and understand the total sales. Okay, we can just take the true value out of this. Okay, we can write a function, give me the total sales, where I'm going to say the condition. Okay, the condition is true, that we can pick up from in here. That's where we will be able to write this conditional column also as such. Okay, for that reason, we will be able to use this conditional column in here. This is one of the reason why we will write a custom column as such. Okay, again we can give one more condition adding to this. Okay, greater than 200 and sales. Okay, again we can take that is lesser than 500 also. Now you see our condition is correct, so that is the reason it is not showing any errors in here as such. Okay, now we were able to add that particular column, and we get able to get the values based on that also. Okay, so this is how you would use this conditional column. There may be multiple reasons why you would use this conditional column. Okay, suppose, as I was giving another example, we want to look at the days where the difference between the 2 days, something like that. Okay, in that case, you'll use date diff function, which will be date diff. Okay, and is it the same date diff? I have to understand this. Okay, let's say I have another example for add function or add actually. Okay, so what for this ship date, okay, I want to add 2 more days, and I want to understand where are the ship dates gone behind the specific date that are being mentioned in here. Okay, for that reason, probably I may want to add another column as such. Okay, so here, what will I say? Extended days, something like that. Okay, and here ship day. Okay, day add. Okay, and I can just open the bracket. Here you can see date, time, okay, and number of days. Both values we can give to you. Here I am saying ship date, okay, comma, 2 days I want to add. This will be my function, and it says no errors as such. So my calculation is correct. Okay, now I'll click OK. Now you see a date got added in here, and it says 2 days got added. So what can I do? I can bring in the ship date towards the end, and I can see the difference as such. Okay. So what will I say? Go to, there is an option for go to, move. Okay, move to end. I have added 2 days. If you have observed that, I have added 2 days. So you see the extended days, it shows 14, and the shift date general one, it shows 12. Okay, that's how it is. Again, 17 here, 19 here. Okay, again 24, 26. So this is one of the reason where you will add a particular date as such. Okay, based on a conditional column. Again, there may be n number of reasons and n number of different ways why you would use this particular custom column, adding the custom column. And I can even show you what are the different functions that we will be using in order to add this kind of conditional columns as such. Okay, where we will take a blank query. I mean to say we can see complete functions that we will be using. Hash shared. If we type, okay. So it will pull the list of functions that we are using, okay, basically in Power Query, and where we can filter out the values also, okay, based on the function. We can see the number of functions that are there and all. Hash shared, is it correct? 1 second. So here you can see we are having the list of functions that are there. So I just entered equal to hash and shared actually. Okay, so we just looked at some function in here. So for this, what we will do, we'll just convert this into a table as such. Okay. So let's type it in text functions. Okay. We can see what all the text functions that are there in this list. Okay. We just looked at the date functions, right? Date add, date add this. Okay. We can just go for this date. And then we can see what is the purpose of this date and all by going into this one. Okay. So date add. Okay. And we see, click on this function. Now you see it will just give you the what it does. Okay, date add, number of days, add 5 days to the date. Date time is the input, or date time zone value representing the date. Also, it is giving you the options output. What would be the output? This is the input how you would give. So by this, what I want you to tell you is, there is no need for you to like uh, uh, keep the track of each and every function, what is it doing as such. Okay, by using this, what it does, what is the input that we are giving, what are the different the datetime functions that we have, or the text functions, numeric functions. If we type in here, right, you will get all those things. Sorry, numeric, we have text functions. See, these are the text functions. Okay, number functions, not numeric, number. We see number functions are there. Also, we have something called um, date functions. I just showed you, right? Text, number, and table as such. Table functions are also there. So in this, again, you can see the table dot column, table dot column contains and all. These are the different functions that we have related to the table functions as such. Okay, so this is how you would look at the different functions that are available, okay, within this table as such. And then based on that, you will be able to understand the functions also. So anyhow, I was just showing you different examples, right? We will look at the different examples also. Okay, whenever we have some time, based on the different examples, we can be able to understand how to use these functions, how to write these functions and all. Okay, under the add column message. Okay, tomorrow we'll just continue tomorrow. Basically here just try to go through this, and anyhow I'll share the recording, right? I'll just share the report also today, because I just saved this query to as all functions, okay, so that you can go through this and look at the functions, various functions that we have, and based on that you can work on this. Okay, any doubts before me closing?
Hello.
Yeah. Yes.
Uh,
Tell me. Hurry.
yes, I have one doubt. Actually, I was practicing this while I'm trying to uh, what download the data from Wikipedia.
Okay.
From news for news source function, we can get data from web source. No.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was trying to get the data from web, but just by typing www.wikipedia, I didn't get the data.
Okay. Did you use
But
this web out of this
yes, yes. News source is there, no? Yes.
new source? No,
Yes,
you have
web.
to use web actually. When you
Yes,
want to get the data from web, here it is web. Okay. www dot.
just by typing that one, I didn't get the
No,
data.
I'm just typing in you in front of you, so you can just have a look at this. Sure.
Yes, yes. But you got just like that. I didn't get the data.
Okay. So there will be some settings that probably you may have to do. Okay. And
I
I
didn't
will
get
just check.
these tables.
Okay, I understand that. Okay. So let me look at that one second. So you will have certain settings in here. Sorry, the file option settings, options, uh, regional settings. I will take you through these settings once. Okay, probably then you may understand. Okay.
Okay.
Let me have a look at this for you. Okay. As you said,
Okay.
usually for the web, there are no recent updates actually, I would say. Okay. In case there are any updates, I will just let you know. Okay. Currently, you can use the same thing, I think. Okay. I
Okay.
will just update you by looking at this, why you are not able to see. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions other than that?
No more questions.
Okay. Okay. Thanks then. So we'll just continue tomorrow then. Okay. Thanks for joining.